President Trump is in the United Arab Emirates for the final stop of his first major multi-day international trip of his second term. He's wrapping up his tour of the Middle East in Abu Dhabi, where he was greeted at the presidential palace ahead of a state dinner. He's looking to ramp up foreign investment in the U.S. economy and made stops in Saudi Arabia and Qatar along the way. The president of the UAE says he believes the relationship between the two countries has improved since Trump took office. President Trump says he looks forward to continuing their relationship throughout his term.
I look forward to having you in the White House. We'll celebrate together. But we are going to be your friend and we're going to be your partner. And we really appreciate your confidence and an investment. That's your biggest investment that you've ever made. And we really appreciate it. And we're going to treat you very, as you should be, magnificently.
CBS News White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi is following this from our Washington bureau. So, Olivia, Abu Dhabi, the last stop for President Trump on this trip. What's on the agenda and what has stood out to you?
Lindsay, it's good to be with you. We know the president has met with the leader of the United Arab Emirates in a bilateral meeting between the two of them. We have yet to see what the economic deal that could come out of this meeting will be. As you know, when Trump was in Qatar and Saudi Arabia, they signed economic cooperation deals, but also defense cooperation deals. We saw in Qatar they bought drones and defense systems. We saw in Saudi Arabia they invested not only in planes, but also in other U.S. defense technology as well. So we're waiting to see what exactly will come out of this meeting. Something that could be different happening in the United Arab Emirates than compared to Saudi Arabia and Qatar would be investments in artificial intelligence. We know that the UAE has made efforts to be the leader of the technological sector in the Middle East. They have appealed to NVIDIA, which is a major chip company here in the United States, that they want to have more of a share in those chips. It's important to note that during Biden's administration, though, in the previous administration, there was really a reining in on the ability of Middle Eastern countries to purchase chips because there was a fear that they would get in the hands of China or the Communist Party in China. So as a result, there's kind of been a bit of a roadblock there, and it may be the news out of the UAE today that Trump is really lifting those roadblocks and allowing them to purchase a large amount of chips or even coordinate with NVIDIA on their technological developments. So something important to watch there, what that announcement could be, but we are expecting that the president is going to walk away with some type of economic deal out of this meeting. We just don't know what it is yet.
How has his trip been received by leaders both in the region and here at home?
You know, it's a great question. Obviously, what the president is hoping to do in the Middle East is not only reset economic cooperation, but also politically. We have seen him really just take a hammer to the world order in the Middle East. He met with the new Syrian president yesterday. This is the new president after Bashar al-Assad was ousted. We really didn't have a strong relationship with Syria, and Trump agreed to lift all sanctions while meeting with him and stressing that he needs to sign on to the Abraham Accords with Israel, normalizing those relations. Obviously, we have also heard some rumblings of a potential deal with Iran. We can get to that later. But how it's being received at home, I do want to mention on those chips specifically, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer just held a floor speech where he really laid into the president about this potential sale of artificial intelligence chips to our partners in the Middle East, saying that they have no clarity on how the Saudis or Emiratis would prevent the Chinese Communist Party from getting their hands on these chips. So quite notable there. We also heard from a Republican representative who said that this presents a vulnerability for the CCP to exploit if the Emiratis were to get their hands on these chips. So something to watch very closely, Lindsay.
All right, we'll have to talk about the Iran deal, possible Iran deal another time. Olivia Rinaldi, thank you so much.